One of the common things in midlife is finding your purpose, as in like you've lost your purpose. Once the kids have gone, you're just like, yeah, crossroads of my career, what do I do now? So it you end up feeling a bit lost and a bit like purposeless, really. And so I've really dived into that this year and read books and taken courses and helped people find theirs. And I was oh God, this is hot. Okay. And what's really, really obvious about finding your purpose now is actually the best way to find your purpose is to have the courage to actually admit what's going to make you happy in your next step. Because the thing is, if you've got this goal, because goals are a bit different from a purpose, if you've got this goal that you really want to go after, if you hate every step of the way, there's no point going for that goal. It's like a coach said to me years ago, it's not making $1 million, it's the person you become in the process. And if you have this goal that you think is your purpose, I'm going to help people to do blah de blah, or I'm going to conquer XYZ. If you hate the process of doing it, well, chances are you probably won't reach it. But also, it's just, what's the point? Your purpose is so deep within you that you normally miss it. And over the years of coaching people, if I can have a conversation with somebody and they're honest, absolutely honest with me, but honest with themselves as well, their purpose comes clear within 20 minutes conversation. And your purpose, you can almost see as just like your next step. It's just the next step. That's all it is. And then your purpose kind of unfolds. It becomes clear. It's that one next step. What's the next step? What feels good? I mean, that's I always say, start with your passion, because at the end of the day, you've got to find what feels good, because whatever feels good will then entice you or encourage you to then take the next step. And if you keep taking those steps one after the other, then you find your purpose. Now, I always think that finding your purpose, it's also about sharing it with other people. But more than anything, it all starts here. It all starts with you. It all starts within. It all starts with you getting really honest with what you want, what makes you happy, what drives you. And so that can be using your intuition. It can be using meditation. It can be journaling. It can be walking out in the forest. All of those good things. Your purpose is so within you. It's so deep within you. And that's why people are always searching for it. What's that old fable? I can't remember that old fable, but it basically says, okay, let's give humans this gift of joy of life. And where should we hide it? Well, let's hide it within them, because that's where they never look. Now, that's got to be a paraphrased parable or something. It may even be from the Bible. I don't even know. But yeah, if you know it, put it down in the comments. But this whole thing about what's my next step, you're never going to find it outside of you. You're always going to find it within you. 333, just as I say that on the timer. Your purpose is so deep within you, and probably to the people around you, it's so obvious, because they can't imagine you. You may accept a job or something which like ticks all the boxes, and you think, oh yeah, that's the one for me. And they'll be like, oh, interesting, I never saw you doing that. Because they know what your purpose is, because especially if they've known you over time, they'll see what brings you joy, what lights you up, where you thrive, where you absolutely are on fire, thriving. That's what your purpose is. And that's where your passion comes in as well. So with this whole new year sort of changeover from 2024 to 2025, rather than set goals, which that seems to be a bit old-fashioned now, I don't know that people are even doing that. Rather than do that, kind of have a release of 2024, and whether that is, writing it down on paper and burning it, or just shredding it, or burning a candle and just, allowing the energy to release, whatever it might be, whether it's going axe throwing, getting it out, whatever you need to do. Release this last year, release the energy of this last year, because it's all about how you're holding the energy, and allow then space for you to be really bold about next year and think, what is it that you want to do? What is it that if somebody said, oh yeah, you can do that, your heart would be so happy, and the relief on your shoulders, all the stress would just drop out of your shoulders, and it would feel like it was something fun, and that it would give you so much joy to be able to think, I get to do that every day. I get to get up in the morning to do that. Cool. Okay, that's your purpose. That is absolutely your purpose. So for this new year, it's only the next couple of days, obviously, because I think we're on the 30th right now. For this new year, allow yourself to release last year, the good, the bad, the ugly, actually, because there will have been all, I'm sure. And free up the space so that you, 555 as I'm saying this, free up the space. 555 is the angelic number for, transformation and change. So that's why it's fairly pertinent that it's right now. Free up that space, because unless you allow that space, what can you do? You're just going to be adding more. And even if you're adding more and it's something that you love doing, if it's just more on top of what you're already doing, it doesn't have the same energy to it. It doesn't have the same fun to it. How can it? Because it's just more. So I hope that helps. I wanted to I wanted to say something and share something about the new year, because it's a transition. It is a transition. It's all a transition. And we're in the energy of this new moon right at the end of December. So the new moon is all about, setting a new way forward. And I love the moons. And if you've been with me for any time, we've seen any of my stuff, every moon, whether it's a full moon or a new moon, I'm just like, take the opportunity. Get rid of some old stuff, bring in the new, allow the new to manifest. And so that's how you can do it this new year. So I really hope that helps. I shall be doing exactly the same thing. I needed to get out into the forest just to allow space, just to allow the energy to clear. Did lots of breathing, a bit of tree hugging, and then sharing this with you. So wishing you the happiest of New Year's. I hope you'll join me either on Instagram at Midlife Freedom Angel, or on YouTube with Midlife Freedom Project, where we'll have new podcast episodes and stuff coming out too for the Midlife Freedom podcast. Come and join on this journey. It's going to be fun. It's unraveling as we go, and I can't wait to support you in finding that purpose and finding your passion for the next step. So 2025 is a very different vibe, and I look forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, take care, bye.